Alright guys, this is Christian here. Today I'm going to be making a short value-packed video. If you guys watched my previous video, you saw me dive in deep on this topic, which is the 37 ways to make money online. I talked about the pros and cons of every business model or online skill listed here. And I also told you about this concept of unlinking your time from your money, right? Let's say, for example, you're a video editor or you're a freelance writer, or you're a graphic designer. You kind of have to do more writing, more designing, more editing in order to earn more money, right? Like the more clients you have, the more time you spend editing, the more you can make, right? And with these other business models like subscription-based software companies, paid ads management, lead generation services, or consulting, you can kind of like get paid more for your hour and also make money on autopilot. You can have like your ads running in the background. You can have virtual assistants, running your business for you. You can have team members like closing deals or posting videos for you, right? So you can kind of like get more leverage because you can build a team. You can build mechanisms like ads or automations or these other things that can help you do the work. Even if you're sleeping, even if you're eating, even if you're at the gym, even if you're hanging out, you can still make money. And with these other models like online tutoring, graphic design, video editing, and some of these other things, you can't actually do that, right? So I talked about like this concept, and I didn't tell you like to choose one specific business model, but I just gave you a non-biased overview of like every business model and what you should expect, and basically like how you should choose a business model. So if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and watch that video. But in this video, I want to talk about something else, and it's the idea of sticking to one business model. So like I said, gurus are always going to want to market to you their specific model, their specific like online skill, because they're kind of competing. They're in the market to sell the course. They're in the market to sell the coaching program. They want you to join the community. They want you to buy the course. They want you to pay them, right? So they're always going to tell you this is the best business model, and these right here are not as good for XYZ reason. But this one is the best one. It's the perfect business model. It's the best one in 2025. It's gonna help you do this and that, and it's gonna be quicker. It's gonna be easier. It's gonna be better. It's going to require less work, right? That's the way they kind of sell to you and they market to you, and they persuade you to buy that course or to switch business models and join that one instead. That's what they do, right? So I know you're always going to encounter a lot of noise like this, a lot of people dragging you in different directions, and what you have to do is try to avoid that, right? Like try to like choose one business model. Maybe it's the one that fits you best, like as a person, right? Some of these business models are more tailored to your skill level. Maybe you just feel like it matches like your lifestyle. Like for example, let's say you want to do consulting because you've already been in business for a while. You already know the ins and outs of traditional business or online business. So you just want to have a business that allows you to just get clients where you give them consulting calls, where you help them solve problems in their business, and you can kind of be like a mentor or like a coach. That's like one way that you can do it. Or let's say for example you like to do social media management, or you like to do YouTube automation because you like designing videos, you like storytelling, you like these other things, then do that business model, right? Let's try to like align the business model you choose with things that you like or things that you're best at. But at the same time, understand that there's no best business model. All of these right here, all 37 of these online skills, online business models, they all work. They can all make you money. Some of these have caps and the amount of money you can earn. Some of these you can scale to $1 million and beyond. They can make you a millionaire. Some can help you get 100K a year, and that's it, right? Like there's different pros and cons, and you're gonna do these different businesses at different stages of your career, right? Like as a beginner, you might have to do something a lot easier, maybe less scalable. And then when you become a more advanced person, then you could do a software company. You can have a consulting business. You can have a email marketing agency. You can have these like more complicated and like higher level businesses as you become a better entrepreneur, right? And that's just how it is, right? But the idea that I want you to really stick in your mind in this video is that you should stick to one, and you should just avoid this urge to like switch businesses. And I'm going to tell you why. Like I'm going to actually draw you right now a graph that's going to illustrate why you should do this, right? So for example, let's say you're right here, right? This is you. This is 5K per month. Like, actually, let me scratch that. This is 5K per month, right? So 5K per month is going to allow you to maybe quit job, and it's going to let you maybe do it full time. So the reason why you want to be full time is because once you have like the ability to quit your job and be full time, you can scale way quicker than if you had to do part time. You know, let's say for example you had to go to school, you had to work a job, and after your job you got 3 or 4 hours to work on your business. The amount of like focus you can give it, the amount of energy, the amount of time you can devote to your business or your online skill, it's going to be a lot lower. So this wall right here, or this barrier right here, is when you manage to, you know, get 5K per month. Maybe it's 6K per month or 8K, or maybe you live in a third world country where you can live on $3,000 per month, right? Whatever it is in your country, this is the barrier where you make enough to go full time and quit your job, right? And every time that you switch business models, you're doing this right here. You're going up, then you're stopping, then you're going up a little bit. Maybe this one was a little bit harder, so you didn't go up as much. You go up a little bit, and then sometimes you get really close, but then you get shiny object syndrome again. Then you get here and you stop, and then right here you almost get it, and you stop again. And then there's that one time where you actually decide to lock in and take it really serious, where you actually touch the barrier, right? You break through, and then once you've broken through, you just go straight up, right? Straight up to maybe 10K, maybe 20K, maybe even 100K, right? So all these numbers are possible, and they happen quicker after you hit this barrier, which is the barrier where you're able to go full time, right? Like this is actually the hardest part. This is the slowest part in your journey because number one, you have less time, energy, and attention to devote to your online skill or your business because you're still in school, you're still working. And number two, you just don't have the capital, right? So because you're still working your job and you're spending a lot of money on your expenses, you know, maybe rent, food, or like things you need. And the money you make on your business, maybe you have to like use it for your software, maybe for the tools that you're using right now to like work on your business. And you just don't have the extra capital, right? But when you reach this barrier, you start to get, now you have more income. Now you have more money. Let's say you're making 5K or 7K or 10K. Now you can reinvest into the business. Now you can hire virtual assistants. Now you can buy the best software. Now you can maybe even hire another team member, or maybe you can just invest in a community course, mentorship, or coaching so that you can learn quicker or so that you can grow faster, right? You have that ability to, you get access to capital, right? Which is giving you the ability to accelerate your progress. Now you can buy more tools, hire more VAs, have more team members, or just invest in your knowledge. And that allows you to scale up to 10 or 20K, right? Or 100K even, right? So you want to hit this barrier as quick as possible because number one, it's going to give you time and energy. And number two, it's going to unlock capital, right? So that's the two reasons why you want to hit this barrier as quick as possible, and you want to avoid doing this, which is, this is one attempt. This is attempt number two, attempt number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then attempt number 9, you finally hit it, right? So if you had done this in the beginning, you could have shortened your learning curve, right? Let's say for example, we were able to delete all of these, and we just did this, right? We only had 3 attempts, or maybe even better, we only had 2 attempts, right? This one was really close. We shouldn't have given up. We were gonna get it, but then right here we finally hit it, and we broke through, and we became free. So that's what you need to do. I don't want you guys to like choose all 37 of these businesses and try and test out all of them before finding the perfect one, because that's not how it works. You're not going to switch around and then finally one of them is going to be easier than the other. One of them is going to be the right one for you. I'm not going to like lie to you and say that consulting is beginner friendly, or that having a software company is beginner friendly, or that app development is beginner friendly. It's not, but you have to understand that none of these is actually better. Like, you can hit 10K per month with a YouTube channel. You can hit 10K per month with the lead generation service. You can hit 10K per month with all of these. Maybe not virtual assistant, because that's basically a remote job, and maybe not video editing, maybe not online tutoring. Possibly you could if you had a course, or you had some other way of doing it. But some of these are really hard to hit 10K per month, like video editing or virtual assistant. But you can all make money. You can all hit like this barrier right here. Maybe it's 5K per month, right? Maybe you hit 5K per month as a video editor, and then you pivot, right? And then you become a content marketing agency. Now, a content marketing agency does way more than just editing video. They help you structure your content strategy. They help you plan out your YouTube, Instagram, TikTok platform, like organize your content, kind of script out your videos. It helps you like find out ways to make your content convert better, to actually get sales, right? All these things and these like macro level ideas are done with the content agency. Maybe that's your path. Maybe, for example, you're just a video editor, you get the 5K, and then at this part, you transition to a content marketing agency, right? But you just need to get to this barrier, because this barrier is when you're allowed to quit your job, you're able to go full time, you're able to reinvest and do all these things, right? And that's just how it is. I don't want you guys to continue to do this, which you go here and then you quit, and then you go here and then you just don't make it, right? So stop doing that and just start to do this, right? Like just stick to one or two, preferably one, right? Like you shouldn't even like attempt two businesses. If you can find one business and you pick a good one, you don't even have to switch businesses anytime, right? For example, I've tried a lot of businesses and I found out that it was a waste of time. If I had just in the beginning done this one business, and let's say for example I didn't even switch any times, I just went straight to the business I was doing, I would have made more money, right? I would have made money quicker, I would have learned things faster, and I would have just saved a lot of time. And I know that as a beginner that's unlikely. You're not just going to hit a home run on your first time, but what you need to do is just get a few attempts. Like don't try 10 businesses. Maybe one or two don't work and then the third one, finally clicks. That's kind of like how your journey is going to be. And what you should be doing is not switching businesses all the time, because I know a lot of guys who quit who said they wanted to make money, and their journey looks like this, like a bunch of attempts. They got close one time, then they went down, and they never actually ended up making any money. They ended up, going back to getting a job. Maybe they went back to school. And a lot of times it's because they were this type of person. They were the type of person that switched, that gave up so many times. And you don't want to be that person. You want to be the person that commits to a business model, hits this barrier right here, and then scales up to here, right? Because you want to unlock courses, you want to unlock, mentorship programs, coaching program, and you want to unlock everything that comes with this, time, freedom, right? You don't have to clock in, so you get whatever schedule you want. You get more attention because you're not thinking about your work schedule or your commute to your job, and you just get more energy because you come back, instead of coming back tired from your job, you're going in there with like full energy in the day, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to hit this barrier so they can get energy, attention, freedom, time, coaching, mentorship, courses, right? Whatever it is that you want to get, you need to get the capital to invest in that, but you also need to get the time, freedom, and attention and energy to be able to continue to shoot up, right? Because this is just one stage. Like I'm assuming a lot of you guys watching this video, because I've done polls, I've spoken to you guys, I've been on calls with you, I've spoken to you guys in the DMs. I know who my audience is, and I know who I'm speaking to because I've interacted with a lot of you guys through my my Telegram channel, my DMs, or even in person. I know a lot of you guys in person have gone through these struggles because I've spoken to them. I've asked them about what they're doing, and I've tried to help them, right? So I understand that this is a really important concept that a lot of people are missing. Like if you're watching this right now, you're probably struggling with this. But the good thing is that you're not the only one. Like there's a lot of people that went through this, and even I went through this at some point, right? So I understand what I need to do. If I ever was in this situation again, I know exactly what to do because I tried all these bad things. I tried all these like failed businesses that didn't work. And then I realized that it wasn't really that I was, choosing the wrong businesses. It wasn't that I wasn't sticking to one business for long enough, right? So don't make the same mistake I made. Don't make the same mistake that I know a lot of people make, especially those people who quit, who did this and quit, right? Like they tried a bunch of different things and they never hit the mark because they change businesses all the time. I know they quit because of this, because it's discouraging to never like hit the stage. You keep trying, and you still have to keep working. You still have to go to school. You have to, not have the money that you want. And it just feels like you keep working, you keep investing time. Maybe you buy equipment, maybe you buy software, maybe you buy courses and it doesn't hit, right? So I know that's frustrating. I know that's the part that makes people quit. And you need to break through that barrier like as quick as possible, right? And the way I'm telling you right now is the best way. That's the way I did it. That's the way everyone that I know did it. And you have to do that too. You just have to choose one of these business models that I described here and just like lock in, like whatever it is that that you're doing right now and it's not working, just realize that it's not going to get better. It's not going to get like, it's not that the business model is like the key to like escaping the matrix or the key to like financial freedom. The answer is actually that it's you, right? Like you have to reach a certain point where you're skilled enough. You have to reach a certain point where when you do outreach messages and you pitch people on calls or you pitch people through the DMs, they see the value in you. Like they see that you're an expert now. They see that you really know the stuff. And even if you don't have any clients, if you just practice your skill, maybe it's copywriting, maybe it's video editing or whatever it is, right? If you practice a skill, you watch videos, you watch courses, you read books on the subject, you've done free work, you've done free samples, you've perfected the craft, the market is going to start to see that, right? So it's, and if you're like, doing YouTube automation, maybe doing Instagram, TikTok, eventually the algorithm is going to see that people are interacting with your videos. You're going to see that you're getting likes, that the watch time is going up, that people are saving it, that people are sharing it. And then the algorithm is going to start to push your content because it's finally good enough to be pushed out, right? So always look at yourself. Like instead of thinking about the business model and thinking that the business model is going to save you, the business model is going to be what's going to get you to like hit this mark right here of quitting your job and going full time, hitting 10K, hitting 20K, 100K. Instead of thinking the business model is what's going to get you there, start to think that it's you, right? Think of like yourself as like somebody that has to improve, right? All the business models work, but are you working? Are you putting in the work? Are you improving yourself? Are you actually learning? Are you delivering value to the market? Because that's all that money is, right? Like money equals value, right? You're not going to make money if you're not helpful. You're not going to make money if you don't help anyone. It's literally a value exchange, right? If you're bad, you're going to get less money because your time is worth less, your expertise is worth less. But if you become good, then your money is also going to go up, right? All these things are correlated, right? The more value you have, the more money you're going to be able to get. So always remember that. Focus inward, right? Instead of like looking at all the business models and trying to find the perfect one, or watching a bunch of course gurus on YouTube or on TikTok and Instagram, just look at yourself and stick to one of them. And look for ways to add value, look for ways to learn, look for ways to improve. And that's what's actually going to get you to be able to make more. It's literally nothing else. It's just you getting better at the business, you sticking with it long enough, right? Because hitting this point is not like, it can be luck to a degree. Maybe on the first outreach you got a client. Maybe you got a big client on the first outreach. Maybe your first few videos on the channel went viral, right? And now you have momentum. That can happen, but you just have to stick long enough. You have to be ready for luck. Like one quote that I like so much that I learned when I was like, I think it was in college or in high school or something like this, but I heard that luck is like when opportunity meets, just a type of opportunity like that, meets preparation. So you cannot control luck, but what you can control is your preparation, right? So preparation is like how good you're getting, like at the skill, like how much you're learning, how much you're improving, what's your like skill set, like how good are you at whatever online skill or online business. You can focus on that. You can prepare, you can get better, you can watch courses, fill your mind with like high quality thoughts. You can do all of that, right? And that's preparation. And the more prepared you are, whenever you get that one outreach message that, it's a well client, or maybe you have that one video that goes viral, or whatever it is that you're doing with your business, when that opportunity comes and you prepared for it, that's when you get luck. So luck is like, you can kind of force luck into some way, right? You can force luck by being prepared when the opportunities come. And you can also force luck by being consistent, right? Like let's say for example, this is like one of those like targets right here. You have to shoot here, right? And then you're a guy right here and you're throwing, I don't know, let's say you're throwing darts, right? You're throwing darts. The more darts you throw, the more likely you're going to be able to hit the center right here. Maybe your first dart goes here, then another one goes here, another one goes here. Boom, you're getting closer, and then eventually you have one dart that actually does hit right in the bullseye, right? And the more darts you throw, the greater the chance of you hitting it, right? Because the first few darts are gonna maybe even land on the outside because you're still bad. Maybe they even hit the floor because you have no aim and you're just like throwing silly shots that land nowhere, right? But eventually you start to get so good that your darts just keep hitting the middle. Another one in the middle, another one in the middle, right? But that's only gonna happen once you get good. Once you've thrown a lot of darts, they won't land here and they'll start to land all here in the middle where you want them, right? So you just have to, force the luck. You force the luck with more volume, or you force the luck by being more prepared. Be prepared for the opportunities and the luck is greater. Volume, volume goes up and luck also goes up too, right? So remember that. Focus on getting better, more value, more money, learn more, improve more. Stick to one business model so you can hit this bar right here so that you can get courses, coaching, mentorship, time, freedom, attention, energy. And then once you hit the bar where you can go full time, you can quit your job. You can go for 10K, 100K, a million, right? Eventually become a millionaire, maybe 10 million one day, right? So all of that starts with this bar right here, with sticking to one business model and crossing the time or the barrier where you can go full time and quit your job and reinvest in yourself in all these other ways, right? So that's what you need to do, guys. Like, I hope that this video is helpful, and this is literally like what I did. Like, this is what I had to go through and what I had to realize in order to start making the money I wanted to make. I made the mistake of trying so many things, and it wasn't until like I started to actually like take it more serious and just stick to one where I started to see the results I wanted to see. So you guys need to do that too. You guys need to go out there and like stick to one thing. Trust me, it's gonna actually be the way that you're gonna make the money that you want to make. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you guys comment if you guys have any suggestions or any comments that you want to tell me. I'll look at the comments, and also like the video and make sure you subscribe. This is the first time you see my videos, or if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video, because I'm uploading on a weekly schedule of 2 videos a week. So every Monday and every Friday there's new videos, and I want you guys to watch them. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.